This is Natural Powerlifting Radio. Deadlifts, chicken nuggets, video games. This is Check My Total, a powerlifting podcast with Timothy Payne and Andrew Hinson.
This is part 2 of our interview with Jon Allen. Please listen to last week's episode to get caught up with all the action. Enjoy part 2. Yeah, dude, when you hit that elite number, it was like watching a movie or something. Because you, like you said, you missed that second deadlift, and it's like, oh man, he's got to get this to get it.
I mean, it was almost nerve-wracking, but, I don't know. But the truth for me is, like, I love powerlifting, but I love training. Like, I just love the training that goes along with it. So the meets are just the meets, they're great, but to me, like, it's just all about the training. I love the training that goes into it. And now I'm kind of in the mindset to where, the meet, that's the day where you just kind of show up and you show off what you can do, but you're training. It's all about that training, putting in your time there. If you train the right way and train hard enough, then, you should show up and be able to not necessarily just breeze through the meet, but, you shouldn't be straining your guts out on every single lift,
Yeah, last October is the most relaxed I've ever seen you at a meet.
Oh, yeah, because my attempt selections now, I don't overreach anymore. If anything, I try to leave pounds on the platform. I guess it was after that meet, I came out, and I knew on squats that I had a good bit more left in the tank. And a little bit after that, I think it might have been maybe a month or two after that meet, I squatted probably 30 pounds more than I did in the meet, relatively easy. But I've gotten to the point now to where I don't want to say I sandbag, but I never go to 100%, especially at a meet. I'll take it really close, but I might take the third dead to 100%, but as far as me just going all out on squats or bench or whatever, I usually don't now.
So you gotta start trash talking Andrew.
But I get more, I don't know. I'm trying to get better with attempt selections,
Yeah, man.
Yeah. In October, since you already hit elite, was some of the pressure off because you didn't have that number that was just always in your head?
It was, and I'll be honest with you guys about that day in particular. I was pretty banged up. So I walked in and I told myself I'm going to go 9 for 9. I don't want to mess myself up any more than I already am at the moment. I've had a whole lot of issues with elbows recently.
Uh-huh.
On that day, but yeah, you're right. A lot of the pressure was off after that, and I didn't have 1485 like hanging over my head then.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's just my mindset has changed over the years because you guys see me at meets. I'm laughing, I'm making jokes, and
yeah,
I'm giggling as I walk out to the platform usually, But yeah, that's just how I lift though. I'm calm and laid back. I've found that like I don't put myself into some kind of crazy weird, like I'm gonna eat someone's face off mindset. But I like to just be calm because calm is something that I can reproduce on every single lift. Whenever I train now, yeah, I listen to music, but I've got this rule that I will not change the song that's playing for I won't find a certain song to try to get myself pumped up. If I'm playing and like Justin Bieber for some reason came on, I would just go ahead and squat with Justin,
Hey, are y'all still playing that dance club music now that you own the gym?
Oh, no. I went and I bought an iPod and I've got my own playlist on there now, so I've got good music in there now.
Okay.
An iPod? They still sell those?
Yeah, they do. It was an iPod Touch, so.
They still sell those?
Yeah.
Hey man, I can give you one of those.
Yeah. I didn't want to leave it at the gym because I bought it and I started playing with it. And I was like, man, this thing's pretty cool. I can put some games on here. Yeah, I left it at the gym. But no, that's the main thing with me over the years. I've just learned how to just kind of calm down and be more of a Zen lifter, and just feel every little
it's not
thing.
the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, we're doing this for fun, and it's just staying calm, staying relaxed, feeling where you're at all times. I mean, that's been the main thing for me on squats that finally got my squat moving was learning full body tightness, learning how to pull my elbows down, hips back, knees out, straight down, straight bar path. And now just from years of doing it, I can feel where I'm at all times. And, I will video my lifts and just to see where I'm at. But typically before I even pick up the iPad, I can tell you what I did wrong on that lift because I can just feel it. So, I mean, used to I would try to get all jacked up and just go out there and do something and, I would be out of control. So now more time calming myself down and knowing where I'm at than I do, just trying to worry about getting jacked up. Because, I mean, if I'm at a competition and I've got to jack myself up, something's wrong.
That's the way we've always preached it, As far as your training goes, when your technique starts breaking down, just go ahead and end the lift. Because it's not worth jeopardizing yourself if you are going to a competition.
Yeah, I mean, I count technique breakdown as failure. And I don't ever want to go to failure. I don't want to fail. I'm not training to fail, So I want to feel what perfect technique feels like on every little thing. Another thing that people don't realize, and I see people do this every single day, they will get so amped up on every single set, every single rep, and that is that much more for your body to recover from because you're bringing another stressor on your body.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
It can make your body create more cortisol and everything else, which breaks down muscles, and that screws with your recovery. So that being, you can't be amped up 24/7, and I mean, if you need to be amped up to hit 75% of your max, then you need to rethink some things. It's like, with me even now, I mean, I try to stay calm, because I mean, you got to know what you're doing, and I mean, I'm not going to rely on adrenaline to lift something for me now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with technique. Or hopefully, I mean, I'm not saying that my technique never breaks down because it does, but now, like, my technique breakdown now compared to what it used to be, I mean, there's no comparison, but I mean, it's just knowing how to target weaknesses. I mean, it's just
growing up and learning.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's the main thing too. Learning how to learn from your mistakes. You can't just ignore things. If you have some sort of breakdown in your technique, why is it happening? You have to ask yourself that, and then it's like, okay, how do I fix that? And I mean, that's all training is. I mean, it's finding a weakness and attacking it, and that's the main thing. Even with like working with other people, I have to be able to look at their technique and know why it is they're breaking down, so we know what to work on, and just picking that out. Where's the weakness? Is it a mobility thing? Like what is it? So, and I try to do the same thing with myself, because it's usually so much easier to tell other people to fix something or not. Oh, well, don't do it like that, do it like this. And I've had to do the same thing for myself, through videos or whatever. Because I mean, I typically train by myself.
So you're what did you say you're at? You're like 207 now? Is that what you're walking around at?
Yeah, well, at nighttime, I woke up, I guess Friday morning I was at about 202, and then I usually nail about 207 at night. I've seen 210 recently. I've been staying right around 205 and 210.
How is it? Like, do you think it's like benefiting you a lot, just not having to worry about making any cuts and just training at whatever body weight you're at? And
I can sit here and pretend like I've done this for training purposes, but the truth is I got married and my wife food. So, that's what happens. Like, I'll literally put on about 10 pounds. But No, I mean, I might be able to tell a little bit of a difference. I feel like gaining weight has typically helped me on my squat and on my bench. A lot of times it can throw, which I mean, 10 pounds, that's not a ton, but any little extra bit you can get around your midsection, it can throw off your deadlift technique, your leverages, being able to get into the right position and everything. But no,
it'll help that squat out though.
Yeah, I mean, I feel honestly my squats are I finally love squats. I've always loved squats, but I've sucked so bad at them. It's just been a love-hate relationship. But now I would rather squat than do anything.
Well, I know way back when you used to complain about your knee until we, put you on a box and taught you how to squat.
Yeah, I mean, it's, the knee, it's still there. It's always going to be an issue. Actually, one thing, I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but I had an MRI done a few years ago on it.
Yeah?
Because I got talked into playing in an alumni football game. Seemed like a great idea at the time.
Oh, no.
Everybody called me like the night before, and they're like, dude, we need you to play. And I'm like, guys, I can't,
Yeah.
So I changed my mind the next morning. I went out there. I suited up with my old high school teammates again. So this a few years ago. This was not recent.
You were a running back, right?
Played fullback and middle linebacker.
Okay.
Whenever blew my knee out, I was actually playing some 2 technique, which is a shaded nose. About 185 pounds.
Uh-huh.
But I could be in the backfield in about 2 seconds. So I blew my knee out. It was against our rival football team. But anyway, I went and played that alumni game, and my knee, it didn't feel right the entire time. And hit some dude, and I felt my knee do something weird whenever I planted. And this was probably in like the third or the fourth quarter. And I walked off the side of the field, and I looked down, and my knee was like twice the size of the good one.
Oh.
So, needless to say, I took off my pads, and I was like, Coach, I'm done.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Ugh.
I go limping over there, and it was pretty bad for probably 2 weeks. Well, I guess this was around the time, this would have been right after the 1275 total, right around in there. It was right after that.
The thinking about math homework meet?
Yes, it was right around that one. It was right after that, actually. So, I mean, it was a pretty good setback because my knee, I couldn't bend it. Like, it was so swollen, it wouldn't move. And this is everyone's favorite story, by the way. 3 days later, after doing whatever it was that I had done to it again, I did the only thing I knew to do, and that was to start doing box squats.
Uh-huh.
So I started squatting onto a higher box. And I mean, I started off really light because I didn't have enough range of motion in my knee to get anywhere near depth. So with the box, it allowed me to really sit back into my squat. So I didn't need that much range of motion. But probably every 2 weeks, I would go to a lower box until I was finally squatting to depth again. And then I just kept on squatting, and then it seemed to be fine. But finally, I went back to the doctor, and they did an MRI on it, and my ACL, it had detached itself from the graft, so my ACL is no longer attached, and I have tore my lateral meniscus since then. So it's still jacked up, and whenever I bend my knee now, it sounds like a bag of chips crinkling up.
That sounds so painful.
Yeah, like it does. I mean, it sucks sometimes, and I have days where I can feel it. I would love to be someone who could squat 3-4 days a week because I love squatting that much. But truthfully, I have one heavy day, and then I've got my light day. And my light day, I stay between 50 and 60%, and that's as heavy as I go. And I just hammer technique on that day because if my technique gets off any little bit, my knees go too far forward. dude, it kills my knee. And I mean, I'll have days whenever I wake up on leg day or deadlift day or whatever, and I mean, I can, as soon as I put my feet on the floor, I can tell, it's like my knee's not going to feel good today.
Wow.
So the knee sleeves, those are a lifesaver for me. I hate having to do like lunges with knee sleeves on, but I wear those. They help me a whole lot with the knee sleeves. I love my SBDs. And then I mean, I use the wraps too, but I've gotten away from wraps. I've not been in wraps quite a bit now, and I'm liking the sleeves a whole lot. But that's one thing, I mean, it's just, everybody has something, So I mean, that is my something, But
that is true. It seems like every powerlifter has some type of
Yeah.
nagging something from some sport or some injury.
And that's one reason I get so pissed off whenever I hear people talk about having a bad knee. Well, I got bad knees. And I'm like, well, what surgery did you have? Oh, you've never had a surgery? You don't have anything tore? Well, shut up.
Well, my brain always goes to, are you bodybuilding, squatting? Like, are you even squatting the right way?
Yeah, there's so many people, those knees shooting way far forward. And
Yeah.
sad, though, because, I mean, people just don't know. I mean, that's literally what it is. People do not know. I have, there's several people that come into my gym, and, if I see someone in the squat rack for the first time, I always try to get over there and, not like let me show you how to do this thing, but, like, let me help you. Let me show you what has helped me. And, I mean, there's some pretty good squatters in the gym up there now. And there for a while, like, no one even squatted. I mean, we've got several 500-pound squatters up here now. We've got a whole lot of 400-pound squatters, and I mean it's been fun to watch. But
Oh yeah.
Hey, so have you learned, like, I guess since you own a gym, have you learned anything like business wise over the past couple years of owning the gym or
good
months? Or
God.
whatever?
So there is a whole other side of business that you don't think about, from the outside looking in. And I mean, thank God I made it through my first tax time. I mean, that was very, very, very stressful times. And I mean, I'll be honest I'll tell everyone this, I'm learning as I go. Unfortunately, I've never taken a business class or anything like that. From where I was already there and working, I knew how, everything worked as far as, like the keeping the books and all that stuff. But now I'm starting to, there's just a whole other side of it that I'm starting to learn now. And after going through my first tax time, that has helped me tremendously, about learning how to just track everything and, really keep the books like in depth, detailed,
Right.
for your write-offs and everything else, and always kind of knowing where you're at, knowing when to spend money, because, they don't necessarily want you sitting there piling up money. They want you to recirculate it back out, because if you don't spend it, you're probably just going to have to pay it in. So, I mean, I spend a whole lot of nights just laying there staring at the ceiling, thinking about stuff, and I'm trying not to do that. Another side of it is just getting yourself out there, and not necessarily with advertisement, but this is really funny because I mean you guys will get a kick out of this because you know me. I have started going to all of these county meetings and showing up, showing up
So
to
you're
stuff
down at
like
the courthouse?
that. Yeah, like just down there with all the other business owners talking. I mean, they have these little like mixer things occasionally, and I show up to those, and just talk to people and talk to other business owners, like trying to get yourself out there. And I mean, you guys have known me for a while, so I mean, you can imagine me in any kind of, the other night. Oh gosh, this one's good. I didn't know it, but they were having it was just like, who was it? It was put on by the EDC, so it was like the economic development people of Mitchell County, and they were having a dinner, and it was actually in the same building as the gym. Well, someone called me and they were like, hey, this is for our local business people. You need to be there. They said, don't worry about what you're wearing, whatever, just come on. So I took that as a, come as you are type thing.
Yeah.
So I had on a pair of basketball shorts and a Fitness Express shirt. And I come walking in, and it was like this fancy dinner. People were wearing shirts and ties and just like all dressed up. And I just come kind of walking in like, hey guys, how are you? I'm over there talking to like the new guy over the EDC and everything else, introducing myself, and people are introducing me to other people. And one guy made the comment. He's like, yeah, this is John. He owns the gym. And he just stood there and he looked at me for a second and he said, I can tell. And then just turned around and walks off. And I'm like, nobody told me. I found out about this 10 minutes ago. So
I'm gonna have to start leaving some dress clothes in the locker room.
Oh no, the best part was Amber was with me too, and thankfully she had on her gym clothes too. But at least I had sleeves in my shirt. That's what I told Amber. I was aggravating her. She had on like a super training gym shirt. It didn't have any sleeves in it, and like a pair of leggings. And we were sitting there like laughing at ourselves the entire time. But honestly though, like I thank God so much for Amber because she is great with, anything business related as far as getting out and talking to people. Like she is so good with people. And it's so funny because we'll go to these places and I'm not going to lie, I feel kind of uncomfortable because it's a lot of people that I don't really know. And I've never had any trouble talking to people, but I'll look up and Amber will be off with just some random person talking to them and giggling and just like go to the next person. Like, she makes me look good. So I don't know what I would do without her. She is definitely like my partner in crime and all this. And
she's still powerlifting?
Yes, she is. She is possibly getting geared up for October. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. She should nail that elite total, if not go over it. She'll probably do it sleeves too. So
nice.
Are you bringing a crew to October?
Possibly. Hey, my daughter's home. Hey, Leia. But
Mark.
Yeah, I believe we'll have a few there. I know Michael will be competing for sure. Cade, do you remember him?
Yeah.
He came a while back.
Yeah.
He's wanting to hit another one up soon, which he is getting very strong. He'll probably squat at least 4. This he's only a sophomore, and he switched to sumo, and I wouldn't be shocked if he pulled mid-4s pulling sumo.
Sweet.
Very explosive. He's a very good kid, but he squatted 385 a while back. Pretty easy. But he'll be one here in the next little bit. If he puts his time in, he'll be very strong. So that's always fun to watch. I love working with these younger kids and getting them going because it's just amazing how, I don't know, I feel like everyone now is so much stronger. I'm the only one that feels like that.
I don't know. I've been around for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. There's always been freaks and
yeah. It's just, all these women, all the girls now.
Well, that's true.
Okay, yeah.
The woodwork. Everything has just went up so much. Just like
internet, man.
What was, just like with that 198 total. Back a few years ago, it was 1250. And now what is it now, Andrew? 1485.
That's the elite number, but I guess Don Craig has 1520, 1525.
But no, that's what he hit for. That's what in like the juniors though. It went.
Yeah, I guess it was
1450, and now it's 1485. And I don't know, dude. Our little 198 classes starting to look pretty respectable now. So
it might go to 220 class if you're going to do 220. Michael's already at 220.
Let's go 220. I'm fine.
Hey, Andrew, you still got one more year in that junior class though, and I think there's a deadlift record you got to get.
Yeah, I ain't moving up yet. I don't know. I'm young. I got time.
And Andrew can deadlift.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Andrew. I'm just kidding.
See, that's the beauty of it, man. You beat John stuff. He can't come back and get it.
I know. Look at that. Yeah, that's why I make it go open now.
Well, we'll have to see what happens if I compete this October. We'll have to see what kind of numbers I'm gonna throw around. Who knows? I haven't done any rep maxes in a while. That might be starting back up.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I might get back in wraps sometime. I'm just liking the sleeves an awful lot now. That's what I told Michael the other day. Like, if you guys would just do sleeves, I'd say we all just go sleeves.
Hey, I might be down for that. I'll have to see.
It's gonna be sleeves, and I heard on the last one that we were doing stiff leg deadlifts.
Stiff leg deadlifts. I'm down. I'll do stiff leg. Actually, no. I'm
Or
pretty
sumo.
sure I'll agree. I will agree to step on the platform, and I will pull sumo. I'll agree to that.
I won't, because I'll pull like 225 sumo.
No. We're just, who cares? Who cares if it destroys our totals? I will agree and challenge myself to pull sumo the next competition. I'll do it.
I just can't. Or I suck at sumo.
You gotta train both ways, John.
Oh my
Hey,
lord.
do you think can you pull 500 sumo?
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably about what I'm at sumo. Let's just do it.
You know what happened the last time I pulled sumo? I had on my knee sleeves, and as I was coming up, my fingernail on my ring finger got caught on my knee sleeves.
Ooh.
And it ripped my finger open. It didn't jerked my grip off the bar. So I almost dropped the bar then, and then I locked it out, but I set it back down, and my finger was bleeding and everything else. So that's why I can't pull sumo. Rip my fingernails off.
So I was expecting you to say that you like put a run in your knee sleeve or something.
I finally, after like 3.5 to 4 years, I finally bought a new pair of knee sleeves because mine had put their time in. I still wear the old ones most of the time though. But
do you wear a size medium? Is that what you wear?
Yeah, Amber has a pair of size, they're smalls, and I can put the smalls on too. I figured out the trick to it.
Yeah.
So if we go in sleeves, I'll probably be showing up in like a extra small.
Oh.
Probably not, but the trick, you just can't have any calves.
That's true.
So, and if you have hairy legs and small calves, you can put on a very small knee sleeve if you know how to roll it up and put it on.
Yeah.
So,
I had to do that technique. What size you got, Andrew?
Medium.
Yeah, the roll-up technique.
yeah, if you roll it like in itself, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just like slide it right on.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool, though. All that different business perspective and stuff.
Yeah,
Hey, do you have any plans? Like, do you have like where you want to see the gym or like the new equipment you want in the gym in 5 years or 4 years or however that works?
I need to clear one thing up. Michael was wrong last week. I do have chains. I heard that, and I was like, Michael just lied. And I was hoping that Rob would be on here too.
Yeah.
I heard him make the comment, "What kind of gym am I running?" And I was going to tell him, I'm running one that's produced 2 elite lifters, and it's getting ready to be a third.
Oh.
I was just going to let him know.
Oh man, the fire!
But no, as far as plans for the gym goes, I have the opportunity to move into a bigger space.
Ooh.
And so right now, altogether I rent, it's like 5,100 square feet, and that's with the aerobics room and the main gym. So right now the main gym, it's 3,700 square feet altogether. And the area that I would be moving into would be 9,000 square feet just for the main gym.
Whoa.
Is it still the warehouse or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, it is. It is on, do you remember, it's like on the left-hand side coming down the main walkway right there.
Yeah.
But it would be in there super high. It's like a 27-foot high ceiling. So the only thing that worries me is the whole heating thing. But my landlord owns a heating and air company as well, and he reassured me that we'd be able to heat it efficiently. So I don't know, but so right now well, we can basically start whenever I say go.
Yeah.
He's agreed to come in and repaint the place and fix it up for me. So.
And also the cool part is you're not having to move all your equipment like across town or something.
Yep, that's it. And I mean, I've got a pretty good deal there with David. I really like my landlord. He takes care of me there. So I really don't want to go anywhere else. At first I was really thinking about trying to buy another space, but like, I don't know. Whenever I think about the upkeep of the building, the outside, the parking lot, everything else, and I mean, they do such a good job up there. I just don't. And two, I don't have to pay for like any of the utilities, so my power is included, and it is a 24-hour gym, and my water is included. So
you do the key card thing.
Yep. So I come away pretty good with that. But as of right now, that is the plan, and I'm just trying to get myself to just go ahead and dive in and go. I mean, I'm ready, and I'm in a place to where we can do it. So, and
Wow.
two, we would be able to hold meets there. It would be a pretty good spot for some meets.
Well, I know somebody you can talk to.
Yep. But that's the main reason that I haven't held anything up there yet, because we don't really have a good place to do it in that old building where we were at before. Dave has fixed it up, and it's extremely nice now. I mean, I'm not saying it's too nice for a powerlifting competition, but I am saying that floor in there is really nice. So I hope that we could fit 600 pounds down on it.
Right.
But the only thing that's held me back. But now the main thing I've wanted a gym that has turf. Don't ask me why. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I want turf in my gym. So that is.
It's funny because I was going to ask you that eventually.
I'm putting turf in it. Well, I know why. I want to be able to do some, yokes and farmer's carries and pushing them for out, pulling sleds. That is what I want to do. I want that stuff there to play with.
A couple tires.
Sir, I've already got the tires, but I want that. I want that there to play with, and it would be a big enough space to where I could really have a little bit of everything in there, for whatever it is he's trained. Because I mean, I've got a very, very diverse gym. It's not just powerlifters. I mean, the truth is, we've got maybe 10, if even that many, people who actually compete in powerlifting, and the rest, man, they're just in there training for life. So that's where my money comes from, and I gotta take care of those people. So the old person on the treadmill, is just as important to me as our powerlifters are. So that's one of my rules.
The way it needs to be.
Okay, I mean, that's one of my rules. Like, before I allow myself to buy something for the free weight side, something that I would want, I buy something for like the other side. So like where the machines are at with the treadmills and ellipticals and all that stuff. So I try to get some type of cardio equipment in there, just to mix it up. Like I bought a rowing machine, the assault bike, stuff like that. So I try to buy something like that before I go buy like a safety squat bar or a glute ham raise,
Yeah.
Just because I mean I want to make sure that everyone there knows that, hey, I care just as much about what you're doing as what I'm doing, So
That's true. That's a good way to run it.
yeah, I mean it's one of those deals. Like, I mean, I would love to have a gym that was just full of power racks and platforms, but that's not. For where I'm at, that's not feasible as far as keeping itself up, And
Yeah.
you gotta take care of your people, so.
And just to be real with you, it's hard to make money off of just people lifting weights.
Yeah, you're not going to, like that's the thing. I mean, I take care of everyone, and I mean, I probably have 120 Silver Sneakers members, and that is. Well, I mean, that was what Silver Sneakers is. the insurance companies pay for them to come. So if they're 65 or older, and if it's offered in on their insurance, they basically get a free gym membership. So they get a little card that they scan when they come in, and then we get paid at the end of every month, for them coming in. So, I mean, I've probably got 120 of those. So we run a class just for them 3 days a week.
That's cool.
Wow, the silver sneakers.
Yeah. Yep, it's all about balance and fall prevention and just training them for life, So, that's one thing. I mean, that is probably the best part about the gym where I'm at. We have all different walks of life training together. And, I mean, everyone helps each other, too. I mean, that's the best part. I mean, people, I don't know, it's a little family in there, really. So.
Yeah, that's good. You want a good family environment.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. I mean, you'll have your massive power lifters over there. You might have Michael over there repping 500 pounds on squats, and then he'll rack it and go help some little old lady take a weight off,
Yeah.
About it, that's how all the people are, all the big guys in my gym, nicest ones, and that's how it is about everywhere you go. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that or not, but it's typically your bigger, stronger people that are the nicest ones usually.
I always think about Michael Belk.
Yeah, he's just big, sweet teddy bear,
Yeah.
But that's the one. We need to get him back on the platform here soon.
I don't know about that.
So you can try.
Yeah, I know. Last time I talked to him, he's like, man, I'm just so weak. I said, yeah, Belk, I know you are. You're only benching what? He's like, well, I pushed about 550 the other day. I knew that must suck to be that weak. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, no.
550. I'd probably just quit.
Hey, we know your history about that.
I'm probably just going to, but you know what? I never did.
That's true. Now you gym.
Which, I mean, I can honestly say, like, right before the meet where I actually hit Elite, like, that thought had popped back in my mind, and I was like, I don't even know that I want to train anymore. But now that's my mindset is not like that anymore.
I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, you've grown. You're an adult. You have a gym. Whoa.
You do taxes.
You're going to business meetings. You're eating with the top hat folks. You're sitting down eating dinner with the people in the black suits.
Yeah, I come in smelling like knee sleeves and wearing basketball shorts. But hey, that's fine,
Hey, why does it smell like
They get me.
biofreeze?
My knee is killing me, okay? Sounds like a bag of chips.
What's that crunching? I didn't know we had Lay's potato chips at this table.
I promise next time I see you guys, I will let you feel it.
Okay.
Give y'all something to look forward to. You can feel my knee.
I'm gonna mark it on my calendar.
Yeah, you should. You should, but maybe right around October-ish, you guys can feel my knee, maybe.
All right.
Sound good to me.
Are you gonna do October, Andrew?
I would love to. I would definitely want to be there. I gotta figure out how this whole time off thing works. At my job and stuff.
I was getting ready to say what time off thing.
I figure out how this whole.
You just don't do time off. You don't do anything. Time off.
I gotta.
You train full time.
I'm training full time. Oh man, I'm still getting adjusted to this whole real world thing.
Yeah, well, you will. I mean, it changes things. It does. I'm not gonna tell you it doesn't, but I noticed one thing with myself, like used to, if I wanted to work out for, 3 hours, then I would, but now, about an hour and a half, that's as long as I'm going to be able to get. But
that's plenty of time, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's more than enough, and I mean, you just prioritize things. And I mean, a lot of times, like we talked about earlier, stress will start to cut into your training a little bit. Know that, recognize it, see it, do what you got to do. And sometimes you know, with me, it's just learning to take what the day gives me, even with training.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I had, just because I had a certain number written down, which I mean, I think you're pretty good about that anyway. You know, just really training off a feel. That was one thing I had to do. Because, I mean, I'll randomly get stressed out, you know, from everything.
That's true.
Once you get out, you know, and on your own and everything, you're going to do the same thing. So, I mean, that screws with your recovery. If you can't sleep the way you need to sleep, then that's going to mess with it. Trying to figure out when to eat because you're working and everything else, you know, but you'll be just fine. You'll get it all figured out.
Yeah, right now I've just been doing a lot of, like, I have a plan kind of written out, but, like, I just kind of, like, I didn't know how tired I'd be after, like, because generally I go to the gym after work, and I mean, my work is not physically taxing. Like, I'm not lifting anything at work, but it's mentally taxing.
Well, that can be even worse, honestly. I mean, I always stay programmed out, but I am loosely programmed. So, I mean, just because I have it written down I'm going to do 5 sets, if I hit three sets, I'm like, okay, that's enough for the day. I just pack it up and go on to the next thing, you know? So
Yep. You have to do
I had
that.
to learn. Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
thing I learned to do, you know, and just remember that every workout could potentially cut into your next workout.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hit a hard grinder or something, sometimes you're better off just to pull off right there. So,
Yeah, no, you're completely right.
you know, and that's what helped me more so than anything was just trying to, you know, doing that whole adult thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Kind of weird when you're like under your parents' insurance and like it's like, oh, I have my own insurance now, and it's like, oh, this is interesting.
You just wait till you like decide to purchase a vehicle and
Oh dear.
having rent and everything else, dude. Like it.
Oh, the rent's bad. Yeah. Well, it's not bad. It's just different.
Yeah, it is. I mean, everything's just different at first, but I mean, you'll adjust to it, and I mean, it's really not as scary as you think it is, because
it's not too bad. I'm liking it so far. It's different. But I'm liking it.
Luckily for you, though, you've kind of been out on your own anyway, since you know with going to school and everything.
That's true. I have.
That's not a shock, you know, that you can't yell for your mom or whatever, you know. But,
That's true.
but so you're good on that, but you've got your training figured out though, so.
Yep. Oh.
Thing you figured it out pretty quick though.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully, I can come down for October and compete and just see everyone. It'd be good to just come down and see everyone.
Oh yeah, no, that I miss that more so than anything about whenever we used to all train together. I mean, it was just getting to see everyone. That's the main reason I show up to meets now, just to see everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna lift some weights too. Now that's what competing is for me. I show up and I lift weights with my friends. Like, who would do that? You know, like.
Yeah, it's just a good time.
Yeah, you know, it's fun. I mean, everybody hears the word competition and they think, oh, well, I'm competing. No, you're competing against whatever you did last time. Calm down.
That's what you say, John. I'm coming for you next competition. I'm coming for you.
Calm down, Andrew. You're competing against what you did last time. It's not far off from what I did last time, so you're right there.
Oh, man.
You bounced up pretty quick, so I don't feel like you've hit your good plateau yet.
Hopefully not.
I was getting to say you might feel like it, but you've not hit it yet.
Yeah, I think I got plenty of room to grow.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I hit like a massive sticking point there for a while and couldn't. Like I squatted 500, and then I suddenly couldn't squat it anymore. And that's what happened to me because I spent probably 2 years trying to squat 500 pounds. Like I think I'd probably squatted it like 4 times and missed it like 5. It was so bad. Like that was the number that just screwed with me. It was a 500-pound squat. I not. But
It's mostly that mental barrier, man. It's gotta.
it's the whole 5 plate. Dude, 5 plates, that looks heavy. What do you mean 5 plates?
Yeah,
Man, I wish we all lived in the same area.
I know.
I know.
I know. If the government doesn't kidnap Andrew, maybe y'all can do
it. If you don't hear from me, Uncle Sam got me.
Yeah, no, you can't say that out loud. So maybe
We'll
not.
edit this part out. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. But no, but I mean, I'm not going to go anywhere. I love my tiny town of Spruce Pines. Like Michael said, you can Google it if you want, but you probably won't find anything. You know what will come up though? Fitness Express's website. Go there, look at it right now.
Sign up.
Yeah, sign up. I don't care if you live around here. Go sign up. We'll find a way.
You need any more trainers?
That's one thing. I lost one of my trainers recently. He moved down towards y'all, Winston-Salem. So
You wouldn't want me anyway. I'd be trying to take over your gym.
I'm sure you would, Timmy. I don't doubt that one.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
John's gonna come into work one day. He's like, "Why is half my gym red and black? Why?"
We would lose like probably 75% of our members.
Oh man.
Be like,
why does
what's
the
wrong,
window
Timmy?
say House of Payne now?
I came walking in and Timmy just red lighted me. Why is there a judge's box up in the gym? You know, they're red lighting people for no reason. Somebody walking on the treadmill, red light.
Your shoes don't match your t-shirt. Red light.
That wasn't the depth, Granny. I know you got a new hip. Get on down there.
Oh man, that would be hilarious.
I always can't help but to laugh because, you know, like now I feel like I don't ever get to sit down and actually watch a powerlifting meet because if I am there, then I am either competing or helping someone, so I'm away with them or off doing my own thing. And I always get so cracked up because I'll just glance over there and see that one lone red side every single time. And I'll be like, is Timmy sitting on like the right side? They'll be like, yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah.
I'm not that bad.
He's a fair judge.
No,
You just need to squat deep.
No, I love it. Like, I love it. I hate this crap where everybody gets white lights and it don't matter as long as you tried to squat to dance. I hate it. Like, you know, I want good, fair, strict judging because I don't want to feel like anything was handed to me. You know, it actually makes you feel like you've done something whenever you do get a white light. Or,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, my butt might have touched my ankles, but at least Timmy gave me a white light.
But you know,
I appreciate it.
we're fair and consistent with everybody, but if we know who you are, and especially if you've trained with us before, it's like you know what you need to do. Like, so it's harder on the people, but really not. But I'm just saying, it's harder on the people that know us.
That's what I've always said. I'm like, you know, I said I've got it because people would act like just because I trained with y'all or whatever that I might get some type of special treatment or whatever, and I'm like, no, he knows all my tendencies. He knows that my right leg comes unlocked on deadlifts. It locks and it comes unlocked. He knows I've got a bad habit of squatting high. You know, like
Sometimes the bar likes to roll out of your hands.
yeah. Sometimes I drop deadlifts. Like he knows all this about me. You know, they've seen me for 7 years now. They know they can tell you what I'm going to do before I do it, more than likely. But that's the thing. I mean, everybody has their tendencies, but thankfully I've cleaned up some of mine. I've not gotten a red light for depth in a while, so that is a win for me.
Hey, like you said, it's just one big family.
Yeah, it is.
That's true.
I mean, that's what I love about it. That's what's kept me coming back. You know, I mean, my favorite times are sitting and talking to Keith. I mean, I learned a whole lot from him for sure.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all sit here and say that.
Yeah.
Say I might be biased, but he's my favorite.
Yeah, no, I don't. I agree. He's the man.
He's the master.
He's kind of like Yoda.
And we're coming to take over your gym.
It's gonna be what the next Star Wars movie's about.
The Payne strikes back.
Invasion of Fitness Express.
Oh my goodness. Well, is it time for the game?
I think it's past time for the game, but yeah.
Well,
Now,
wait, do you know how this game works?
Yeah, it's white light, red light.
All right, good. I didn't know if you listened that far into the podcast.
Oh, I told you. I listened to my favorite powerlifter last week, Michael Burleson.
The Donut Man.
I was his favorite powerlifter. But...
I'm Mikey's number one fan. Double body weight on bench. No, that is a dude that, one more thing, I am super proud of him. He's put in so much work. God.
Yeah, he has.
Nah, he puts in the work. I mean, I watch him every single day. I've never seen anyone train like him. I don't see how he recovers the way that he does. Like, I mean, I'm sure it's because, I mean, he's so efficient, just the way he moves on all of his stuff, and that's one reason that he can do it as frequently as he does, because I feel like he doesn't get just banged up, and he's just tough too, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
can we get that man some safety straps?
Yeah, we can. I got change, y'all.
It's in the budget.
Oh, it's fine. It is.
You at least got to show him the change. You at least walk him over, let him see it, let him know.
Let him feel it.
I asked him about that because I listened to that on Friday, and I had to leave, and I came back, and he was at the gym, and I walked up to him, but I didn't say anything. I just looked at him. I said, "Michael, I have chains." He's like, yeah, I do. He was like, "I don't feel like those count." And I was like, "They're chains." What do you mean they don't count? Hey, Rob, let's talk crap about my gym. I've got chains.
John's whole purpose for coming on this podcast was to let everyone know his gym does have chains.
Dang right, chains.
We're setting the record straight.
I used to keep them put up, but I've put them back. I've let them back out of the office now. See, that's what I do. I've got certain stuff that I just leave in the office.
Hey, I don't blame you.
They're lucky that they're getting to use my new Ohio Power Bar, but I just ordered it. I went ahead and ordered a second one too. I've got a deadlift bar, but it stays in the office. I don't ever use it
I'll say, what you need that for?
because I decided to get one time, and it doesn't help my deadlift at all. I've got way too much speed off the floor, and apparently I don't stay tight enough when I pull. We're just gonna leave it.
You just got to work with that thing.
Yeah, I know, but
I mean, it's been 100 years since I've been on one. I probably can't use it either.
It's so different. I mean, 650 almost made me kiss my knees. Ever since then, I put it up. I was like, I'm going back to my stiff bar. I know this. All right, Andrew, have you got music? Are you going to play music again, or?
Oh, that was in post.
Oh, okay.
We're not that fancy.
Oh man, I was really hoping music was going to start playing.
All right, I gotta ask this one. I gotta get an answer that I want. So,
You want to just go ahead and tell me what to say? Is the government listening?
all right, white light, red light, eating chicken nuggets the day of the meet.
I guess wildlife. I mean,
Yeah.
if that's all I had, but I mean, you guys know me. I typically show up with ground beef and rice and cookies and cream Pop-Tarts and
Wait,
water.
What more do you need?
Oh, so you wouldn't actually eat chicken nuggets?
I would. I mean, like I said, if that's all I had. I don't know that I would be like, okay, I'm going to get up and run down here to Mickey D's before the meet. Or should I get the Burger King $1.69?
So if there's a Burger King, I'm hopping on that.
Another thing I wanted to tell you, I ate 76 chicken nuggets in 3 minutes.
Wait, no. Wait, did you do it one at a time?
Yeah, you.
What?
I'm totally just kidding. I didn't do that. I heard you talking about that last week. I'm really going to piss Andrew off. Forget about lifting more.
You just blew his mind.
I was like, why don't you call Guinness Book of World Records? I was like, that's a world record.
It was like, you really want to put Fitness Express on the map. This is how.
That's what it'll say on the back of the shirts. Home with the Nugget Champion, Fitness Express.
World record.
Had me going. I don't even care about my powerlifting total. I just care. I just said I'm eating nuggets.
Or nuggets.
Oh my goodness.
So, white light or red light? Wearing leggings while you lift.
That's a wild. I don't do it much anymore, but used to. Every single leg day, and even on deadlift day, because my shins would bleed on deads.
Yeah.
But now I don't know. I guess I don't pull it with enough volume to get my shins to bleed anymore. That's hardcore. Not anymore. Sandbagger.
I can hear your deadlift bar just crying in the corner now.
Hello. One more?
Sure.
All right. Okay. So this is just like general training, but white light, red light, lifting after eating a big meal.
I typically work out in the morning, and my breakfast isn't that big, so I'd probably go with a red light on that one. I would rather wait just a little bit. Now, if it's the night before, but no, I would rather not.
Because we're talking like, you just got off work, so you go eat dinner at like 4:30, and then you work out at like 5:30.
If I had an hour, I would probably be okay.
Okay.
I typically I train in the morning, so I get up and eat breakfast and usually train right after that.
Yeah, I red light it because I can always feel that stuff trying to come back up, especially if it's squat day.
It depends on what I want to do. If I want to go in my gym and throw up, then yeah, but
I'm trying to lose weight.
That's my goal, then sure, why not?
Oh man.
Yeah. Red light. All right, I got the biggest question though.
What?
What does being drug-free mean to you?
All right. I mean, obviously not taking drugs, Timmy, but no. Well, I mean, whenever I set out in my lifting journey, I guess you would call it, the question I always had in my mind was, how big and how strong can someone get without drugs? And I mean, I can remember being really young and sitting there and Googling stuff like that and trying to figure it out, you know. So finally one day I said, you know what, I'm just going to figure it out on my own. And so, I mean, that's always kind of been my thing, you know, what am I capable of, just me, you know, without any help of anything like that? How far can I make it without anything? And I mean, that is the main thing that has kept me away from anything like that. I mean, like Michael said last week, I don't care if somebody wants to do that. Like, that's up to them, whatever. But, you know, I think we all feel the same way, as in, you know, just stay over there in a non-tested division.
Right.
You know, that's fine. You know, you do your thing, you do whatever you want to do, because at the end of the day, it doesn't affect me one little bit. Used to, whenever I was younger, it would piss me off, you know, and I would run my mouth about all this and that. But now, you know, I'm not even going to focus or take a second glance at what someone else is doing. You know, I'm too zoned in on what I'm doing to worry about if someone is using drugs or not, you know, because that, at the end of the day, it doesn't affect me one bit whether someone else is doing something else. But, you know, as long as they're not trying to come in and beat up on drug-free boys, I don't care, you know.
Yeah.
For me, it's always just been it's how I do things. It's how I'm going to do things, how I'm going to continue to do things. I mean, there was a time, you know, whenever it was at the gym you know, and I had stuff offered to me all the time, but I just never wanted to do it that way. Because I mean, if I tell someone now that I've done something, at least I can look them in the eye and say I did it. You know, I don't have to. Because now, even if I tell someone that I squatted something and I had on knee wraps, I'll tell them like, hey, I had on knee wraps. You know, because
Right.
I don't want to give anything that's misleading.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I see all these young guys come up in the gym now, and how could I mentor them if I knew that I was juiced up and that I was using stuff to get to where I had gotten to or whatever, you know? Because at least I can look at them now and say, hey, I kind of know a bit of the formula to get you bigger and stronger without anything. Let me help you. And so, I mean, that's always been my thing that's kept me away from it. I feel like I wouldn't have gained nearly as much knowledge trainer if I had turned to that instead, because I mean, I would have taken a bit of a shortcut instead. You know, I didn't take the shortcut. You know, it was the long path around.
Yeah.
I thought about quitting several times, but I didn't. You know? That's how I feel about it. I mean, it's not anything now that's going to get me riled up or anything. If someone's using, then you know what? Good for you. You better hope that I still can't out total you, because I'm going to make fun of you. But that's just my 2 cents on it.
I feel you, man.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to say in closing? You want to plug your gym or anything?
Yeah, Fitness Express in Spruce Pine, North Carolina. See, it's 31 Cross Street, Suite 268. Phone number, if you want to call me and talk to me, 765-6336. Of course, area code is 828. Fitnessexpress.site, Fitness Express on Facebook, and I guess that's about it.
You want to plug your
All
Instagram?
Oh yeah, what is my Instagram? I don't know. I don't ever post anything on there anymore. I think it's like Jon Allen dot. No, it's John dot. I don't know. I'll send it to you or something.
Wait, hold on. I got you. Hold on.
I was gonna
It's-
say it. I'm in Anchor's search page, I bet.
Actually, no, I had to search. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay, it is Jon.Allen.731.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's
All the dots.
all the dots. I didn't even come up with that name. The Instagram gave me that name, and I was like, that's cool. Fun fact.
731.
Yeah, here's a fun fact about that. I once had some random old lady send me a DM. She slid up in my DMs and said, "Oh, 731, that's my birthday too. Is that your birthday?" And I never responded.
And that's why John's not on Instagram anymore.
Well, it's been an honor, John. It's been fun talking to you, catching up.
Yeah, I miss you guys. We got to get together sometime.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. I don't even care if we're lifting weights. Let's just get together and hang out sometime.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Yeah. And Andrew, I hope you don't get kidnapped by the government. And so, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think I will. I think I'll be okay.
Good. I'm glad. But hopefully I'll see you guys in October. I'll either be coaching or competing. Probably both.
So, this is it. Don't ever quit. Don't ever quit. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what your math homework does. Forget your timetables. Your math teacher's going to be jealous because he can't squat as much as you. It don't matter. Leave the math in the classroom. Put the squat on the platform. Your total is what matters. Your brain doesn't matter. That's it. That's it. I'm out. Have a great night.
We out.
Please subscribe and thank you for listening. Be sure to follow @CheckMyTotal on Instagram for all the latest updates. Don't forget the IBP Northeastern Carolina Raw Push-Pull in Norlina, North Carolina on June 16th. For more information about the competition, please visit ironboypowerlifting.com.